for Standard or for Mania. Now, it does look like the multiplayer room is filling up, so we should be starting with that shortly, and it looks like we even have our first warm-up selected, which is going to be a Z map, which is Halcyon, which is actually a map from BBJ in South Korea.
I wonder who picked this warm-up map.
I wonder.
We'll never know.
Could we see a map by AABC on their selection? Let's see.
I think we have already, to be honest.
Alright, and it looks like we are getting started with that warm-up right now, so we'll have to see if this map was a good warm-up choice for South Korea. It'll be a good skill gauge between the two teams, though, for sure.
Definitely. I'm actually quite a fan of this song. It's very relaxing in the beginning, then picks up.
I actually quite like the artist. The artist itself has quite a lot of good songs.
Definitely. If you guys aren't already aware, the same artist made the ultra meme map Freedom Dive.
A lot of people like that map.
For sure.
Ugh. Yeah, Hong Kong's lineup today is actually looking pretty good.
Playing consistently so far.
Yeah, only one miss right now from Oscar. Bruna's really rocking with that hard rock right now. Only player actually practicing with a mod.
Yeah, it doesn't seem very uncommon for people to go with hard rock during the warm-ups.
I mean, it's definitely not a bad choice, especially considering you might want to get your eyes used to like the faster scroll speeds if you're planning on picking hard rock maps.
Very true. Still, there's some very impressive accuracies around the board actually. BBJ, Runa, and AABC all above 99%.
Yeah, and I mean, really, there's only two players that seem to be like somewhat struggling. That's Sweet Bloody Love and Oscar right now.
Oh wait, Runa actually went below 99%. Never mind about that one, but it's still really impressive with the hard rock on.
But yeah, the team captains right now. Oh no, just about to say that BBJ getting the miss.
BBJ.
The Hong Kong's team captain right now, ABC, still holding really impressive combo.
Actually, Hong Kong's captain is kind of run.
I'm being messed with here right now. Then okay, well they're top player right now, AABC.
AABC and Oscar are actually listed as backup players.
That's almost surprising considering I figured AABC would be up there like as one of the main players.
I feel he's better known as a mapper rather than a player. You can still make good maps without being a really good player, though.
Yeah, but the thing
Right.
is, AABC is a very good player. Like that's what's so surprising about it. I mean, they're definitely AABC is definitely proving themselves right now with this really impressive current full combo.
His accuracy his accuracy as well is really high.
I mean, he's not even the only player holding a really high full combo right now. I mean, sorry, he is the only player holding a full combo, but Iceman, not far behind with his combo, is sitting above 1,600 right now. Yeah, none of the other players really able to get their combo high enough to be able to really compare to those two.
It doesn't look like it. That accuracy is just insane.
Absolutely stunning. Really good work.
The 3,100.
Over 2,222 notes at that as well. That's just absolutely insane.
I would have been so much happier if he got 2 100s. Just like all of the 2s everywhere.
I agree with you, Ozzy. The song is quite long.
Yeah, that was one of the longer ones we've seen so far.
I still loving the combo though. It was 2,222.
That was probably total planned by the mapper.
Probably.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, as a mapper, there's totally times where you see that it's close to like some certain number, and you're like, oh, I'm totally gonna go back and like remove a couple notes that I don't need to have there, just so I can get that number, or maybe add a few. I'm sure there's other mappers that have done that. There's no way I'm the only one that's done that.
It wouldn't surprise me if people have actually done that.
Alright, so we are just waiting for the next warm-up now, which is going to be Hong Kong's warm-up. So once they've selected, we'll see how well they can perform on their own map. I mean, they already did quite well on Korea's own pick.
It would be quite funny if we saw an AABC map.
I'm just going to do a quick roll call on the commentators. I am Tasha.
I'm Deadbeat.
And I'm lost.
And we are your commentators for the day.
Hey, I just remember something that happened a few months ago actually. I was trying to learn how to play Taiko, and one of the things I was doing was finding songs I like and just playing them. And I ended up playing one of VC's maps, I think it was. And about on my third try, he actually started spectating me. So that was actually quite cool.
Yeah, it's always cool to be spectated by somebody like that.
I felt so bad because I wasn't really doing his map any justice.
I see a question about why the schedule is so confusing. The schedule looks the way it is right now because a lot of the schedule depends on which teams win in the losers bracket and which teams win in the winners bracket. So it's a lot of the times are set just in case certain teams win. Only a couple of those matches are going to happen, though. All right, so we're going into Chronoxia, which is going to be the next warm-up that's picked by Hong Kong.
This background image looks kind of familiar. Is that yeah. The Vocaloid?
Looks like it is Mary from the Kaguru project.
Oh, I have not actually seen that yet, so...
I feel like I'm left out of this conversation because I don't really watch much of that stuff. But that's okay, because I know Taiko, as we're going into this map, which has quite a few 1-6 quads going in here. Looks like this was mostly a world just kind of get used to those more complex patterns, so I feel like maybe Hong Kong might be planning on picking some of those kind of maps. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of like 1-3 patterns here.
Well, I was hoping I could tell more about the background image from the map information, but...
I'll go for it.
Nope.
Oh, but deadbeat.
There's nothing in there helpful. The sources reflect Beat Grooven. So the image is unrelated to the song.
AABC with a really impressive accuracy right now. And looks like BBJ was holding a very good combo himself, but he ended up dropping. Right now it's only Oscar and AABC currently full comboing. And that concludes our second warm-up with Hong Kong taking a win there. AABC with 6 100s, really impressive accuracy. Followed close behind by Oscar with 25 100s. BBJ was the next highest scorer with 6 misses, 18 100s. Was probably the best performance on South Korea's side if he had not gotten those misses. But Hong Kong just being monsters right now.
Definitely. What a stark contrast in comparison to the last map. Last map worked its way up into the KI times and streams, while this just hits you at pattern after pattern.
Yeah, especially with like a lot of that being like, you know, there's really difficult patterns to hit in there. There's the 1-3 sections, there's the 1-4 plus 1-6 where you have the quads coming in. They're all really hard to hit.
Hard to read too.
With both those warm-ups done and done, I guess we'll start getting into the main map fixture. And
yeah, we were
to be quite frank for what each team is going to go for.
Well, we'll have to find out what gets banned first. I mean, we don't even really know what their bans are, so until we know that, it's really going to be hard to say what they're going to go for.
But it looks like South Korea wins the roll, so...
So South Korea will be the team picking first. so that means that Hong Kong will be the first team banning maps.
That was an impressive roll, actually.
Yeah, BBJ actually rolled 100 points, which is a perfect roll. Poor AABC never stood a chance. So yeah, well, we're just waiting for those bans to come in, guys. Stay patient with us. We should be starting shortly. I don't know, Les, what do you think? What maps do you think they'll end up picking against each other here? I'm not really sure, but we already said that we kind of feel like Hong Kong has an advantage. But,
Yeah,
I mean...
I feel like I'm going to see some Hard Rock. I don't know why, I'm just getting a good feeling about Hard Rock.
Well, I definitely feel like we're going to see Hard Rock after what we saw a little bit earlier with some practice from South Korea on Hard Rock.
I think they're going to need to focus on Hong Kong's weak points, and I think that will be mostly in the Hard Rock. So I agree with Deadbeat on that one. They seem to be mostly consistent on no mod picks, so it's interesting to see what'll happen here.
The Hong Kong does have some good players with Hard Rock. Like AABC is really, really good no matter what mod you throw at them.
Definitely, definitely.
I think the only mod pool that might cause issues for AABC is probably Double Time. And I don't know if South Korea would be comfortable with those.
Well, I think for now we'll just have to see how the ban phase goes.
Yeah, the players definitely taking their time here deciding on what they'd like to ban. You know, this being the finals, they really can't afford to make any mistakes on what they ban.
I always did say that the ban phase is really important. It's definitely not something you should try to rush.
Alright, so the first bans from Hong Kong were Tsubaki and Shattered Dreams.
Those are both hidden, aren't they?
I believe those are actually both Hard Rock picks. The only Hard Rock pick currently still available is Kimi no Kiseki.
Yep, sorry, you're right there, Hard Rock. That's interesting, because I thought Hong Kong would write the Hard Rock.
Maybe they're going for the more consistent play approach, which I don't blame them with AABC leading the pack.
And it looks like the Hard Rock was entirely banned out. Kimi no Kiseki banned out, and Mephisto as well was banned out, which is a hidden pick. So we do have all the bans now, which means we will be waiting for the next pick, or sorry, the first map pick, which will be from South Korea.
Well, I'm already wrong. I thought we'd see Hard Rock, and it has been entirely banned out.
I'm with you on that one.
Well, we can
So,
still see it just through, you know, pre-mod, but and that looks like we're going to be doing it first right now, is going to be free mod Sakura Mirage.
Yeah, I think free mod might be popular here. Free mod, I find free mod's always a good fallback. Like, it just seems to be something you can always fall back on.
Right. Now it seems.
Unless I'm wrong, it looks like Runa actually started quite late and missed quite a lot.
That's what I saw as well. Let's see.
Tasha, did you see the same thing?
I saw the exact same thing you guys did. There was a lot of misses from Runa at the beginning. However, it is just the beginning of the song, so it's not that big of a deal.
Well, his build is actually back up quite nicely, so that'll definitely help.
It doesn't help that Sweet Boy Love is missing, though. That's really going to hurt them, especially with Hong Kong all holding really good combos right now. All of them actually full comboing, and 2 of them above 99% accuracy.
Yeah, their accuracy in this map is really good. Well, I just wanted to mention that Runa, AABC, and Iceman was Hard Rock, and everyone else has decided to go no mod.
Now, right now, Hong Kong is with that really, really strong consistency we've seen throughout the tournament right now.
Yeah, Hong Kong are going really strong here. BBJ's actually giving it quite a good effort as well, but I'm not sure that Sweet Boy Love can keep up.
As we near the end of the match, definitely looks like Hong Kong will be taking this one.
Yeah. That looks like a good start for the Hong Kong team.
Yeah, with 2 of them having mods on it as well, it would be really hard for them to keep up if like all 3 of them are full comboing. Even if all 3 people from South Korea full comboed there, they probably still would have lost because they only had 1 Hard Rock pick. Anyway, I'm going to let you read the scores really quick here. I'm just trying to pull up some information.
Alright, well it looks like AABC got the highest score there, only getting 3 100s. BBJ also only got 3 100s. But since he didn't have the Hard Rock, his score was actually quite a bit lower than AABC's. In fact, but looks like of course the scores disappeared right then. So yeah, AABC was the highest score, followed by Iceman. And it looks like it went Runa, then BBJ, Oscar, and Sweet Boy Love trailing quite a bit behind.
Yeah, right now, South Korea's definitely got their work cut out for them. Hong Kong just being a dominating presence right now with, you know, all 3 players just so good.
Interesting how little Oscar and Iceman both got the same accuracy.
And when you consider how high that accuracy is, that's something to be worried about too, especially if you're South Korea right now.
Yeah. Like if you look at Oscar and Iceman, you can actually kind of see the score difference between using Hard Rock and not using Hard Rock. Because that was about a 40,000 score difference right there.
Yeah, which almost makes up for a miss in itself. It's almost what I was talking about before, where, you know, even if you aren't too consistent with full comboing a mod, it might technically be better if you are not consistent at full comboing with no mod as well, just because you'll end up getting a bit of extra score. Now this is a map we haven't seen yet, which is a no mod. It's Acid Burst. It is a map from, I believe, Mittens. Or MMZZ.
Yes it is. This should be quite good actually. From what I understand, Venom's is actually a really good tackle mapper.
Yeah, he has to be. I mean, he's part of QAT as well, so I mean, you know, he knows a lot about Tycho mapping.
Isn't he
Personally,
late
one of
mapper?
my favorites. Yep, that is correct. He won our first monthly beat mapping contest where we had 4 modes, each for the different game modes.
Yeah, the monthly beat
Ah,
map
so
contest
right.
number 7.
That
The
was a
one
good
for
one.
it was the one that had Soleil Renatus.
Yep.
That's the one. Yeah, looks like we've started here.
We're already getting a couple early misses from Sweet Bloody Love.
He does seem to be struggling a bit today. I wonder if it's the pressure from being in the finals.
Yeah, we've went over that already. I mean, you know, playing in a tournament like this, it's just the nerves that you have to be able to play consistently well under that pressure is just, it's really hard.
Lots at stake.
Yeah, and a miss from Ruiner as well. And this is AABC, who's still going strong at 100% accuracy.
Sweet Bloody Love is really struggling with the 1-6 quads that are coming in.
That is true. AABC still with 100% accuracy.
Yeah, the BBJ is not far behind with 99.40%.
Yeah, it definitely seems like BBJ is doing a really good job. But at the same time, this team just can't follow suit.
Yeah, and even a miss from BJ now, it's just not looking good for South Korea. It looks like this might not be as close a match as I originally predicted. Hong Kong is just dominating right now with a very, very dominating lead there. I think that's about 600,000 point difference. I'm a little bit off there, so 526,000 difference in score. AABC with only 4 100s. Iceman with only 14 100s, no misses. All these players with really good accuracies. BBJ as well, but unfortunately with 2 misses.
Even so, there is like a huge score gap.
Yeah, I mean, like, even the 3rd place on Hong Kong's is almost keeping up with South Korea's best score right now. Just 20,000 point difference between the two. But yeah, I definitely think that South Korea is going to have a little bit of trouble here. It looks like Sweet Bloody Love is just not able to keep up with the difficulty of these maps.
Looks like Hong Kong might be off to a really good start. Yeah.
I mean, if there's anybody here that's supporting South Korea, guys, you need to give them all the support you can because they're really trying right now. Like, this is going to be a hard match for them. Hong Kong is just such a strong team.
Definitely looks like to be an uphill battle from here.
They can still do it though. I mean, in the last game we had a huge upset, so... Well, no, I wouldn't say upset, I'd say come from behind. That's
Reverse
more
upset?
accurate. Yeah.
Because, I mean, originally it was an upset. The United States was doing so good, and then just, you know, they reversed that upset, just completely win 6 in a row.
It all fell to pieces.
The cheeseburger just didn't last. You know, looking at the brackets right now, I'm almost curious about what teams are going to make it to the finals in the losers bracket. I feel like it's, based on my predictions right now, I still feel like it's going to be Taiwan and France in the losers bracket. But it's so hard to say because we need to see who ends up actually winning that Japan versus France winners bracket final.
Right.
I still think Japan's gonna take that one.
As much as I know Japan is probably going to take that one, I still have to give all my support to France here. I know all the players from there, and I feel like they really deserve to do well in this tournament.
I am with you 100% on that one. I would be so happy if France actually managed to beat Japan. That would be like one for the record books.
Alright, and it looks like we have decided on our next map, which is going to be II. So, let's see what it is here. It's a free mod. So we're definitely going to be seeing, I feel like we're probably going to be seeing some Hard Rock again. Maybe a couple players that might go for Hidden. I'm almost feeling like there might be some no mod too, just because some players seem to be really struggling with the difficulty. But I definitely would be surprised if there's any players on the Hong Kong side that do not have a mod.
I think they had to have one actually.
Yeah, they have to have at least one mod. I'm saying, like, I'd be surprised if there was a single player that didn't have a mod. It looks like we are getting some player swaps right now. Hong Kong pulling at all the stops, making sure that all the players that are playing are the best players for those maps.
Well, looks like there's a kind of run coming in.
Yep.
This should be good. The captain appears.
Now, Canarin is also quite a notable Taiko mapper. If I'm not mistaken, she was also a member of the BAT at some point.
That is correct. So is AABC. They were both Taiko Bat members.
Bat hype.
Taiko Bat hype.
Flap them wings.
Yes, those of you who don't know, Artacha was also one of the Taiko Bat members back when that was a thing. But back to the match, so for Hong Kong they popped out Oscar and Iceman. And so far we've seen kind of Rin come back in. I wonder who the third player will be.
It's hard to say. All the players on Hong Kong are really good.
They might just bring back either Oscar or Iceman. Unless they want to bring in Z-Strike.
Or John 26148853. Quite the username there.
I don't remember seeing John that much, to be honest.
Me either, but he is ranked 1 in their country with 43
wow.
rank.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yep. Would be interesting to see him show out.
Yeah, it would be a shame not to use him.
I'm sure there's people in the game that know me that I say that rank doesn't really mean much, but once you get in the top 50, at that point you are a very good player. Even you can't relate to the top 50 by just playing, maps that give you a lot of performance points that are easy. You have to play some really hard stuff to get there. So any player in the top 50 here is just a very scary threat.
You have to play a lot of hard maps to get there and stay there.
Yeah.
And here we go, the match is underway.
I can only imagine how monstrously hard it would be to get into the top 10.
Looks like John is the replacement for Hong Kong.
This should be good. Anyway, so we have Runa, John, and AABC with Hard Rock, and BBJ, Sweet Buddy Love, and Kana Ren with No Mod.
I'm actually a little surprised by that. I felt like Hong Kong would have went with all mods, but they're just going to go with 2 instead.
No, like I said, each team has to pick a mod.
Well, no, I'm aware of that. I'm saying, like, I'm surprised that Hong Kong didn't have 3 players playing with mods. They only have 2.
Oh, right, I think you said with no mod. Like, you were surprised they didn't play with no mod.
No, I'm surprised they didn't all play with mods, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
We have 2 players dropping on the 1/6 cat burst there. BBJ and Canarin both struggling a little bit with it.
I don't really feel like that was too big of an issue since it was kind of Ren that dropped. If it was AABC or John, that might have been a bit more of an issue.
Another thing to keep in mind is that, like, you know, with both players missing in the exact same spot, the score is not really going to change much. It's just going to kind of stay the same.
Yeah, that's why it's a good thing that Kana Ren was the one that dropped. She is the one without the Hard Rock pick.
And just as we say that, Sweet Bloody Love getting a little bit of issues with these streams here. These cat streams are really causing issues. Bruna missing as well.
Yeah, Runa and BB aren't actually too bad in terms of accuracy. Both are at 99% accuracy.
An entire miss from South Korea. All 3 players from South Korea missing on that little section there. Even Canarin missing. Currently only John and AABC holding combo.
Yes, they're both doing really well actually. I think they both have the same accuracy as well.
They're very, very close accuracy-wise, yeah. Oh wow, and we actually have a miss from John and Canarin at the same spot.
That's
Runa as well.
I think they've still got a nice comfortable lead there, so I don't think it will matter too much. I think Hong Kong can afford a few misses.
And that's definitely good because there's another miss from John. But AABC, solid performance throughout the entire tournament so far. Just, I don't think I've seen the AABC miss yet.
I don't think he has either, actually.
Very consistent performance.
And consistency is all that really matters in a tournament environment as well. You can be a good player, but if you're not consistent, it won't matter.
Yeah, even in the warm-ups he didn't actually miss. It's hard to believe he's a backup player.
However, players from South Korea are starting to catch up a little bit with combo now, but I don't think it's going to be enough. There's just too many misses early on, and we're really close to the end. Yeah, it's just too much score difference now to catch up on.
And that is that. That is a 3rd point for Hong Kong. They're off to a really good start here.
Yeah, definitely. So just reading off the scores really quick here. We have AABC in first with 1,900,000 points, 19 100s. Following close behind was John with 40 100s and 3 misses. Not far behind that was Runa from South Korea with 41 100s and 5 misses. Making sure I got the rest of these numbers right here. Then we have Sweet Bloody Love with 1,670,000 with 59 100s, 10 misses. Canarin in 5th with 1,640,000, I believe. I'm not sure. My eyesight's kind of bad. With 35 100s and 7 misses. And lastly, BBJ, who was actually 5th, sorry. Canarin was 6th. BBJ with 31 100s and 6 misses.
Yeah, Hong Kong are definitely off to a good start here. I imagine this is exactly what they were looking for.
Yeah, I mean, if they can keep this up, they're already halfway towards their victory against South Korea.
What do you think South Korea will go with here?
It's really hard to say. I feel like they need to go for the easier maps, but at the same time, with how consistent Hong Kong is, can they really do that?
I'm not sure.
Like,
Perhaps
I feel-
we'll see more no mod picks.
I feel like with John and kind of Ren in the game now, it's going to be a lot hard to get points off Hong Kong.
Right on.
Yeah, I feel like maybe South Korea might just be a little bit outclassed here. Hong Kong just way too strong with their consistency. But that doesn't mean that they won't be able to take a win off of them. There's definitely some options they have. I do feel like there's some of the no-mod stuff that they might be able to win on. But it's going to be a really big challenge, and they need to all play their best.
I'll be honest, I did kind of think Hong Kong would take this one. And it even does seem like they will at this rate.
I still had odds on them. I mean, I figured that they'd win it, but I didn't think it would be as, dominating as it is we're seeing right now.
I don't really know about that one, because South Korea have had a few difficulties against some of their earlier opponents.
Well, yeah, I mean, even when they played us, I mean, I felt like we did relatively... Or sorry, not when they played us. I think we played them in group stage. I don't even remember anymore. It's been too long. But like from what the performances that I did see from them when we were commentating, it did look like they were having a lot of issues with like just relative consistency and keeping full combos, things like that. Even on some of the stuff in group stage.
You played Hong Kong.
Yeah, it was Hong Kong that we played against. That's right.
Yeah, because South Korea was up against France last week.
But regardless, South Korea, like I mentioned, for the matches that we have commentated for the group stage, they have been having issues with just keeping foot combos and staying consistent. But like Hong Kong, for every match that we've really, spectated and talked about, it's just, they've always been so accurate.
So yes, I do believe this is South Korea's pick, and looks like they're going with exclusive Utopia?
Yeah, it does look like it.
Yeah.
And that was a no-mod pick.
Looking for consistency here.
Looking for the accuracy war.
Seems like they've switched out John for Oscar.
And Kylo Ren for Iceman.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're gonna leave their two main players for some of their harder maps.
It could also be that the players are better at these types of maps. Exclusive Utopia is probably a pretty hard map for them. So I feel like Oscar and Iceman might have been switched in just because they're more comfortable with that map.
That is also a possibility. I kind of do want South Korea to at least get a few points though.
Yeah, I mean, like we said before, nobody likes a stomp. Everyone wants to see the matches at least be somewhat close. So, hopefully South Korea can pull a couple wins off here.
Especially when
Let's
you're
see what
this
they can
hard.
do.
Unfortunately, I'm having a bit of issues with my client right now, but hopefully Deadbeat and Lust can fill you guys in on what's going on.
Got you covered.
Nope. Have they actually started yet?
Yeah, they started.
Okay, well I can't see it.
Yeah.
That's not good.
I seem to be having issues as well.
Oh, it looks like Hong Kong took it.
We apologize on the matches that we aren't really able to commentate. Sometimes we just have the client kind of crash on us or not display the match.
This is weird because the MP League's only showing that PBJ on Korea's side actually submitted a score. But either way, it's still definitely a point for Hong Kong, and that takes it to 4-0. And now that it's their pick, I think this is going to go to match point. What do you think, Tasha? What do you think, Lost?
I think this is probably going to be the stomp, unfortunately. I think this is going to probably end up being a 6-0.
I agree with Tasha. Hong Kong's just looking too consistent, too powerful. I don't think South Korea could recover from such an uphill battle.
I mean, we did see it from Taiwan, though. I mean, like, maybe, I don't know if South Korea has any other options of players, but if they do, this is the time to bring them in.
They need to give it all they got, that's for sure.
I don't think they actually can.
They just need to, like, bring in, like, some other player that's, like, really good that we don't know about. Maybe, like, Liz or Linares Filia or something like that.
Those are the only two players with no other backups. Definitely not looking good for South Korea here.
And yes, for anyone that did miss the previous matches, the previous match was the Taiwan and United States match, which ended 6-4 for Taiwan. I'd also like to drop a quick reminder that the next match after this one is going to be followed by about a 3-hour break depending on when we finish this up. It'll be starting at 10 a.m. UTC. So at about 3 hours and 10 minutes from now. So the stream will probably be just playing music during the meantime. There won't be much commentary or questions during that time.
You guys will not want to miss it, by the way. It'll be Japan versus France. And
Winners
it's
bracket
gonna
finals.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good game. I can guarantee that.
Yeah, and these teams also, like, were in the same group, too, originally, so this is kind of like a grudge rematch here. France and Japan just constantly matching up against each other, even in previous cups.
Yeah, I believe the first time it went 4-1 to Japan. I'll just quickly check that, actually.
Yeah, but the maps are getting harder now, so maybe France has a bit more of a chance now that Japan could possibly miss. Oh, that's an interesting pick. It looks like we're going to be seeing Frozen World, which is a map from First, which should definitely be interesting because it's probably one of the hardest timing maps there is. There's a lot of very, very difficult to hit timing sections.
Also, yeah, as I said, Japan won the last round 4-1. Pardon me on that, but yeah, it looks like it was 4-1 last time, so hopefully it'll be a bit closer this time around.
So yeah, we're just waiting for that match to get started now. As I was mentioning, this map has a lot of really weirdly timed sections that will probably actually cause even some of the players from Hong Kong to struggle with accuracy.
That'll be interesting, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I wonder how...
I'll be interested in seeing AABC actually miss.
Yeah, that's what I was... I wouldn't say so much as a miss, but I feel like we're probably going to see accuracy drop below 99% if this is a map that they struggle on.
Well, we're hopefully going to see very shortly.
Yeah, because if this match doesn't start shortly, I'm going to start talking about Squid on a Stick again.
Oh geez.
Oh, that got him
here
started.
we go.
Oh, here we go.
That was a nice background.
I agree.
Very Frozen-esque, I'd say.
Very worldy as well.
So Taiko backgrounds like this, I need to play more Taiko.
The thing about this map is that it's not very fast, but there is a lot of complex patterns, as I mentioned, so you guys will be seeing that shortly.
I can't wait. It looks like a few players are getting tripped up on the 1/3 patterns.
Yeah, those 1-4 and 1-6 are just really brutal. As you can see, even... Yeah, that's 1-6. You can see it.
Yeah.
Even AABC is struggling with accuracy. Normally above 99.8% is sitting at 99.30 right now.
Oh, we still got that 99% consistency going, so... We'll see what his accuracy ends up being at the end of the map. So it does look like Garuna is having a bit of issues with this map. Holding around 92 and 93% accuracy. Sweet, bloody love, not far behind either.
Yeah, that score gap is slowly widening, and I feel that South Korea is not really that prepared for the lower scroll speed map pick, especially with this being a complex pick. Some pretty impressive combos being held currently though. AABC still with a full combo, BBJ and Iceman not far behind, both of them approaching the 600 combo right now.
Oh wow, that scroll speed just dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah, the slider velocity dropping quite a bit there.
Arena not having many much luck with it. AAPC though still with an impressive 99.7% accuracy.
There's even some 1/8 sections in here.
So I think a lot of the players actually missed coming up to the speed up.
Yeah, I think
Even-
all the players missed on the
Yeah.
1/8 section there. Like
Even
all of them are still
AAPC
struggling.
Yeah, AAPC even got tripped up there and actually missed for the first time.
However, BBJ is still actually holding combo, despite the 1/8s.
That's really impressive.
Good accuracy too.
Like, we've been talking about how good AABC is, but when you think about it, BBJ's been keeping up really well.
Yeah, they've
I'm not
actually got tied
mistaken.
accuracy right now.
If I'm not mistaken, BBJ is the captain of their team.
So that is correct.
Nice to see the captain showing out. Lead the squad.
And- yeah. But yeah, he's actually doing really well. I don't think we've been giving him enough credit. I think the score gap is a bit too much for him to catch up on, but he's doing really well. It's actually looking like he's got the highest score at the moment.
Right now, not far behind though, AABC is right behind his score. They're both just completely ahead of everybody else. I think the next closest is actually Iceman.
Yeah, he's actually not doing too badly either. Iceman doing really well to try to keep going that 96% accuracy. But yeah, it just seems like a lot of players actually just struggle with that map.
Yeah, this just goes to show you guys, like, just because a map is like low BPM or has like a low scrolling speed does not make it easy. These are really hard maps. So yeah, it looks like we do have another win for Hong Kong here, which brings this match to match point. We had BBJ with the first place score with a very impressive combo of 1,795 and 99% accuracy. Not very far behind though is AABC with 99.05% accuracy. A couple more misses though, 3 more misses than BBJ with 26/100s, just a little bit more accurate.
Very solid work from BBJ. Unfortunately, just wasn't enough. Let's see in the next map how well he'll perform.
Well, they might only get one more chance to show us what they're made of. Hong Kong are actually at match point now with the score going to 5-0. Which means I believe this is South Korea's pick? Was that correct?
Yeah, I believe this is South Korea's pick now.
Should be good fun then.
Actually, no, this was South Korea was the team that won the roll, were they not? Which would mean this would be Hong Kong's pick. Because they picked the first, third, and fifth map, South Korea did.
Yeah, because Hong Kong won the roll, didn't they?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I thought it was
Yeah.
South Korea that won the roll.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's South
this is
Korea.
This is good to recheck.
I'm pretty sure South Korea won
they did, yeah.
won the
They got-
roll, so Hong Kong
Yeah.
is the one that picks this time.
Well, let's really go with Scrap Syndrome. This could very well be the last map of the match.
Looks like it's a no mod pick, so they're gonna finish him off with their consistency here.
And I think that Hong Kong might have also caught on that South Korea is really struggling with like any kind of 1-6 patterns, and this song is full of them.
Sounds like it.
This should definitely be an interesting one to watch then.
Oh, but it looks like we're actually switching to a double time pick, which is going to be Maware. Setsu gets
Oh, interesting.
This should be good.
This is gonna be quite the short one, wouldn't it? It's a TV size.
Yeah, this is one of the
yeah.
shorter double time picks that's in the map pool.
Well, I imagine with that decided, we should be getting this match underway very shortly.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not even surprised that Hong Kong decided to switch to a double time pick, just because they've been so dominating as of late that I think that they feel like they're confident with it over South Korea. I mean, maybe that overconfidence might come back to bite them, but we'll have to see. I feel like South Korea is really in a pickle here.
I think I might go one further actually. I think they just want to get like a, like see if they can practice a bit of hard double time in this kind of like finals environment.
You
Because
have
I've
a
probably
good
got the
point
whole
there.
mentality like, we've got this, there's a good chance we're going to win. We're not so confident with double time, let's get a bit of extra practicing with the pressure on us. That way if we
Now-
end up doing this, so I don't know, I'm just probably
Now-
overthinking everything.
If they do go ahead and win this match, they are going to need some skill in double time because I'm sure Japan is very solid in double time. Should they go on to beat Taiwan as well?
Yeah, that's the whole practice idea.
Mhm.
I don't know, I could be overthinking it.
I think we're definitely overthinking this a little bit. Oh my god, South Korea is really struggling right off the bat. All the players, I don't think any of them have gotten above a 50 combo yet. BBJ just doing it now.
Looks like we're seeing another entrance from John.
Yeah, in AABC, as usual, destroying the map.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, Hong Kong is just a little bit too dominating here. I think there's just too much of a skill gap between these two teams.
That looks like it. That looks like game to me.
Yeah, and what a match what a song to end it on too. That was a win by 1,223,000 points.
That is quite a devastating lead.
Especially on a map that short. ABC with the full combo, and right behind was John with only one miss.
AABC just performed really well today.
Right on. I think he's definitely going to be able to be an asset to his team in the next match.
Yeah, I mean, AABC's score there alone was almost enough to beat all three players from South Korea by himself. That's how big of a lead that was.
Technically, he probably could have because only one of South Korea's scores actually counted. So
I believe we actually do count failed scores in Taiko World Cup.
oh, okay.
Unless the tournament management corrects me on that, I'm pretty sure we do include the failed scores.
Well, either way, that was the South Korea versus Hong Kong game, with Hong Kong taking it 6-0. Next up, we will have the Japan versus France game in about 3 hours from now. we will keep the stream going with some music playing. But myself, Lust, and Tasha are going to go take a break, and we will be back here ready and warmed up for the next match.
And if it doesn't happen, you just blame Marcin.
Marcin.
With that, I'm signing out. See you guys later.
Me as well.
Take care, guys.
See you in 3 hours.